Let me tell you a quick story that proves something I've seen time and again. When things go south with the new guy a woman cheats with or jumps to like she's swinging on a vine, she'll come crawling back to her old boyfriend or husband, hoping he'll take her back. It's almost sad how they think they can just show up and everything will magically be fine. But they're just diving right back into the same old chaos they left behind. No lessons learned. To all the guys out there who've been dumped and are craving a bit of justice, here's the deal. Sooner or later, her shiny new relationship will crash. She'll come knocking, and you'll get to smirk when she begs you to take her back. This tale's called My Ex Cheated, but now she wants me back. And it's a doozy. Fair warning, though. I act in some pretty regrettable ways when I'm heartbroken, making choices I shouldn't have. But hang in there, because it all turns out okay in the end. So, here's how it went down. My girlfriend and I were living together for 2.5 years, building a cozy life, until she decided to move to another city to chase her MBA at a fancy IIM school. In short, we were signing up for a long-distance relationship, which, looking back, was like asking for trouble with all the challenges of being miles apart. It's one of those classic business school stories, with a global and local twist, where we genuinely enjoyed lifting each other up in our personal goals and careers. She played a huge role in guiding me through a major career change, and I made sure to support her by helping with all the studying and prep work she needed to ace her MBA program. Beyond just school stuff, I was constantly boosting her confidence, convincing her she had what it took, and being there to support her through her struggles with anxiety, self-doubt, and a few other personal challenges. Here's the kicker. Girls with low self-esteem, like her, often end up being the ones who betray you in a major way. All the while, I was doing my best to be the loving, encouraging boyfriend she needed. You're not going to believe how she paid me back for all that support with her anxiety and everything else. We were convinced we were soulmates, perfectly balancing each other's lives, or so I thought. I was blindsided when I found out about her affair, and just when I thought I'd heard it all, more lies piled up like a bad plot twist in a cheap novel. I'd spent so much time believing we were perfect for each other, but her deception hit me like a freight train, and I finally stopped buying into her excuses. She had the nerve to stay over that night, spinning tales to her affair partner to keep him in the dark, probably thinking she could smooth things over with me too. By morning, she was gone, and I felt like a complete idiot for expecting even a shred of respect from someone who'd already shown her true colors. Her betrayal left me shattered, and for a while, I lost sight of who I was, letting the pain consume me. It's the kind of hurt that makes sense when you've poured years into someone, thinking you'd be together forever, but I knew I couldn't let it destroy me completely. The fallout was rough. I was so messed up that I couldn't focus at work, and my boss wasn't exactly thrilled when my productivity tanked, so I ended up quitting. My friends stepped up big time, letting me crash at their places as I tried to piece myself back together. For weeks, her lies and attempts to twist the truth kept coming, like she thought she could still pull the wool over my eyes. I should have cut her off right away, but it took me a while to finally block her for good. Getting there wasn't easy. It took countless hours of soul-searching, trying to untangle her manipulative patterns. I leaned hard on biweekly therapy sessions, scribbled in journals to make sense of my thoughts, and had endless conversations with friends who listened patiently as I vented. I might be exaggerating when I say thousands of hours of talks, but it sure felt like it, and I'm grateful for those friends who stuck by me through it all. Without them, my therapist, and even kind strangers I met on a few solo trips, I wouldn't have found the strength to let her go. Those trips were something I added to my healing process, a way to clear my head. I drive out to quiet places, small towns, lakesides, anywhere far from the noise, and just sit with my thoughts. One time, I met an older guy at a diner who'd been through something similar. He didn't say much, just shared a coffee and a few words about how time heals if you let it. Those little moments, combined with my support system, helped me rebuild. All the credit goes to them for pulling me through when I was at my lowest. Fast forward 3 months, and I was finally in a good place. New job, new outlook, feeling like myself again. Then, out of nowhere, she started blowing up my phone, desperate to talk. Turns out, Her affair partner dumped her after cheating on her. With his ex talk about a wild turn of events, she'd left me for this guy, thinking he was her ticket to something better, only to get played the same way she played me. Now she was begging for a second chance, saying she'd quit her job, move back, even marry me if I'd take her back. Apparently, the guy she cheated with was now engaged to his ex, and it crushed her. I almost felt bad for her, but not enough to forget what she'd done. Her sudden desire to settle down wasn't love. It was desperation, and I wasn't about to be her backup plan. The irony wasn't lost on me. Life has a funny way of balancing things out, and while I didn't get to see her downfall firsthand, hearing about it felt like a small victory. I'd spent so long chasing her, doing all the work in our relationship, that it was satisfying to know she'd hit rock bottom. But I wasn't cruel about it. I just knew I deserved better. Taking her back would have been like signing up for the same heartbreak all over again. And I'd learned my lesson. Looking back, I see where I went wrong. I was the one pouring everything into our relationship, flying to see her, helping with her assignments, boosting her up while she gave little in return. It was a one-sided deal, and that's what set me up for the fall. I thought being the good boyfriend meant giving endlessly, but I didn't realize it needed to be a two-way street. She knew she had the upper hand, and it showed in how she treated me. From the text breakup to making me finish her schoolwork after she'd already checked out. That alone should have told me who she was, but I was too caught up to see it. For anyone out there hurting from a breakup or betrayal, let me tell you, it gets better. You might feel like your world's collapsing, but don't let it define you. I know it's tempting to want to see your ex get what's coming to them, and trust me, life usually sorts that out one way or another. You might not always get a front row seat to their karma, but sometimes, like in my case, you'll get a glimpse. Maybe one day they'll show up with apologies, maybe even a basket of cookies. Begging for forgiveness. If that happens, take the cookies. Check they're not spiked with anything weird, and then move on. You'll feel better than you ever thought possible, knowing you didn't let them back in. I got some great advice from friends and folks online that stuck with me. One person pointed out that she got exactly what she deserved, cheating on me, then getting cheated on herself. They warned me not to let her back into my life, because she only saw me as a fallback option. If I took her back, she'd probably pull the same stunts again, especially since she didn't respect me after all my pleading. Another friend reminded me that being the giver in the relationship was my biggest mistake. I poured my heart into her while she was off chasing someone else, and that imbalance doomed us from the start. They were right. Her actions, from the cold breakup to expecting me to do her schoolwork, showed her true character. The best advice came from someone who'd been in my shoes. They said how tough it is when you're the only one trying to fix a broken relationship, and that one-sided pain cuts deep. They were proud of the progress I'd made, and it meant a lot to hear that. They hoped I'd keep surrounding myself with people who respect and value me, and that's exactly what I'm doing now. I wish I'd learned sooner that relationships need balance. It's okay to treat your partner well, but ascend it from the bottom up, but it has to be mutual. A good partner is loyal, supportive, and puts in the effort, not just takes what you give. I used to think I had to chase her to keep her, but now I know the right person will see me as the catch, not the other way around. I'm in a better place now, thanks to my friends, my therapist, and those quiet moments of reflection. I've learned to value myself and not let one person's betrayal define my worth. If you're going through something similar, hang in there. Find your people. Take it one day at a time. And don't be afraid to lean on therapy or even a random stranger's kindness. You'll come out stronger, and when your ex inevitably tries to come back, you'll be ready to say no and keep moving forward.